But right now, something about the way my hair feels with this oil on it, the smell, the experience, I like it. Over the 3 years of styling my hair in only a wash and go style, and that's something I want to emphasize that I think some people didn't understand in my last video, I'm aware that it's okay to pivot. I'm more than aware of that, but I was challenging myself to see if I could successfully grow healthy hair in just a wash and go. And what I learned is that after the TWA stage, it's absolutely not conducive for me to exclusively only wear wash and go. As somebody who formerly did wash and goes for 3 years straight, and I say formally as in this is a recent transition that I've made, I've learned to integrate things back into my routine that I've stopped doing. I'm still testing and trying things out. And one of those things is dry detangling or just prepooing in general. This was actually my first time detangling with the Holy Roots oil, and I gotta say, I absolutely loved it. It was a really good experience because I had experienced my hair in a different way than I have in years. Dry detangling allowed me to really feel each strand of hair and see what was going on. And I learned that basically when you're doing a dry detangle, it's kind of like you're doing a really bad blowout on your hair because the hair isn't curling back up on itself. It's not shrinking back up. You're stretching it out, and you're just doing that by finger detangling it. And that allowed me to examine my hair in a way that I have not examined my hair in years. And just so you guys are aware, I examined my hair so thoroughly that I was able to see damage that I have not seen, would not have seen, but it makes a lot of sense when I would see these kind of 1 inch, 2 inch pieces of breakage. I would just kind of write them off because I'm like, oh, it happens, it's par for the course when you're wash and go natural. But I started to really examine, and I had keyhole splits and these like tree splits randomly throughout my hair. And long story short, in my next video, you're gonna see what I did about that. If you're not new to my channel, you'll know that I would get blowout cuts. These past few cuts I've gotten have been blown out haircuts, and my stylist was able to really examine my hair and give me the kind of cut for the goals that I have now. I was focused on just shape and health for a while, but having my hair cut on blown out hair really did allow me to get a shape that's more conducive to my length retention goals. But I recently got a silk press, and the silk press was showing some things. I was shook. But honestly, it makes sense. Like, how would I be able to see that damage without doing my hair in a different way that would allow me to see it? And I'll dive into more of that in the next video. I don't want this to be about that, but this was an introduction to how I discovered that. So I'm really big on damp detangling, dry detangling now, because it is so good for examining my hair and getting a nice little pre-detangle going. So enjoy.
Do you think retaining 12 inches of hair growth a year is obtainable? If so, what tips do you have?
12 inches?
I don't approach hair care like that.
The reason why I'm doing this dry and not damp is because this is a new thing for me, a dry kind of detangling session. But what I'm noticing immediately is that my hair is allowing me to work through it, and it doesn't feel like it's breaking very much. I do feel like I'm feeling a few little snags, but those aren't abnormal for me. If anything, they're a little less than usual, but honestly, the back of my head is the easiest to do, so I can't really make a determining, statement based off of that. But I will say, my hair isn't curling back up on itself, and I'm not having to redo the same thing twice because of it. I will be careful to not use a whole lot, and I'll really be mindful of the state of my hair when it's stretched out and how it feels. I also want to attest the products that I have in my hair to how soft my hair feels. So I'm detangling my hair dry, but I have product in my hair from when I styled my hair 2 days ago on Monday. It is Wednesday evening. I like to use products that are not hard holding. So my hair isn't holding for a week. It's holding for a few days. And my scalp is also only holding for a few days. My scalp likes to be cleansed, frankly. I'm sweating in here, man. I need to turn on the air. I am going to start separating from the roots because the roots, they concern me. Now, because I am doing this to try it out, I'm not going to grab my spray bottle, but I will say damp, I'm talking like a spritz of water per little section, could probably really help me as well. Especially since, my hair is super defined from the wash and go as opposed to soaking wet. Just a little damp, I feel like would work really well too, but let's give this a go. And it may look like I'm doing a lot or it's tedious or this is gonna take me a while, but if you guys don't know, I strongly dislike detangling. I do not like detangling my hair. But right now, something about the way my hair feels with this oil on it, the smell, the experience, I like it. And that's important to me. I don't want to hate my life when I'm doing something that I love. And I love doing my hair. I love caring for my hair. And I want to make it a more desirable thing. I want to make it something I look forward to. But let me not speak too soon. I'm literally at the back of my head. And I'm actually going to turn off the camera because I'm going to waste 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours worth of video just doing this because I'm going to stop talking here soon. Over the 3 years of styling my hair in only a wash and go style, and that's something I want to emphasize that I think some people didn't understand in my last video, I'm aware that it's okay to pivot. I'm more than aware of that, but I was challenging myself to see if I could successfully grow healthy hair in just a wash and go. And what I learned is that after the TWA stage, it's absolutely not conducive for me to exclusively only wear wash and goes. Switching it up, stretching out my hair, tucking my ends, all those things are imperative for length retention for me. Some people can do it and some people can't, but I have no regrets. I'm so glad I tried this, so now I know for sure that it just doesn't work for me. I used a decent amount of this oil, not gonna lie, and this is pretty expensive to only get like 4 uses out of it. I got this dummy long bag, like what? Ain't no way. But anyway, I got this stupid looking bag because it's a processing cap. After my hair is all tucked in, I like to throw on a Grace Elay cap overnight instead of a bonnet. It's more secure and it just keeps everything nice and smushed so that the oil is really getting in there, really seeping in there, and then I shampoo it all out the next morning. It may sound really odd to some people, but I'm so glad that I learned that this doesn't work for me because now I get to pivot and do things that do. So I have no regrets. I'm super excited to show you guys my next video. It's gonna be of my silk press. I haven't had my hair silk pressed in over 3 years, so I'm really excited to show you guys and see what I've learned throughout this entire process. So stay tuned. Yeah, so that took me 2 hours to do. That 2 hours went by really fast, honestly, but still took me 2 hours to do. I used not as much of the oil as I thought, but I still used a decent amount. My scalp feels good. My hair feels nice and soft. I really liked touching each piece of my hair and feeling it and seeing the state of it. I was just really excited to try it out, and I'm really glad I did because now I know damp detangling is probably a little bit faster and just a little bit better. Don't get me wrong, the dry detangling worked really well, but it's something about my kind of hair, my afro coily hair, that water just, my hair likes a little bit of water, you know what I'm saying? So, bye.